Hello, welcome to a visit with Nana and Papa. My name is Nana.
No, you're Nana, your name is Valerie. I'm Papa, my name is Jim.
Good.
Welcome back or welcome either way. I'm guessing it's probably welcome back because it's been so long since we've done one of these. I doubt that YouTube is throwing us up on anybody's. Oh, check these guys out. But it has been a very long while. Many life changes has happened since then. You probably noticed one of them right there. Through unfortunate circumstances, I had to have all of my teeth removed, and I had dentures made. Unfortunately, I went to affordable dentures to have the work done, and they are not affordable because it cost almost $10,000, and they're not really all that great at their job because I can't wear the dentures because of all the bone spurs that have resulted from what they did in my mouth. It's been a most unpleasant experience, but I am still alive, and I'm still 200 pounds even though my diet consists of mashed potatoes and, what was that?
Mostly pudding.
Pudding and mashed potatoes, both very bad for my diet, both very bad for my feet, but both what I could eat with my mouth. My mouth still hates me, but that's okay. I'm used to it now, and I can eat a lot of things. And I'm slowly but surely getting off from eating the bad things, and I'm still under 200 pounds, so I'm okay. Onward and upward, since we last talked, my baby doll could not knit, and it was killing her because her body, the pain from knitting was just extreme, so she was going through pain and knitting withdrawals, and I can tell you right now, nobody wants to experience a Queen of Yarnia on knitting withdrawals. Just not a good place to go. But she's doing much better, and she's been knitting lots of shit, and I'm getting ahead of the knits and whips and bullshits because I've got to share. See, this is my latest sock. This is all Jude. This is all Stranded Elf. Stranded dyeworks.
Stranded dyeworks.
Yeah, Stranded Elf, Stranded.
Stranded Elf was Jude's mother.
Yeah, but that's all where it came from. So anyway, she made me that one. This is my most recent sock. It's all from Stranded Dyeworks yarn. I don't know anything about who this yarn is, but these are good. I like these. These are my favorite socks. And she made these. And I like these except for I do not like the heel. However, she made the heel. There's a line right there that with my neuropathy picks up on that line and says, hey, did you know there's a line there? There is. Did you know there's a line there? There's a line right there. Hey, did you know there's a line right there? So that's rather, no. But I wear them all the time because my baby made them for me. And none of them do the purpose that they were meant to do other than covering my foot because we thought that having these nice wool socks would help with my neuropathy and keep my feet warm. We'll take my socks off after hours of wearing them to do just that, and those toes feel just like little chunks of ice. So if my baby's good wool socks can't keep my toes warm, there is nothing on this planet that will keep my toes warm.
No, but they help. They keep them not as cold. So I put the socks on because the floor was cold.
See, she's bossy, isn't she?
Anyway, so those are some of my finished objects. I have a few more. Alright.
Oh, we never actually finished all the life shit, though.
No, but it's not.
Well, it's all part of why we've not been around. My shoulder got to hurting so bad that when it was finally eligible for another, steroid shot, I drove over to Temple. I got to the VA to get my steroid shot. Going in, some genius decided to put a temporary speed bump in front of the entry doors. I walked in that building for the last 10 years, never tripped over anything. I was not paying attention and I tripped and wrenched my back, and I didn't think anything of it because, you know, I'm old, that shit happens. I got done with my appointment, and when I came out, this gentleman came over and said, I need to get your name. I said, why? He says, because I saw you trip and I'm keeping track of everybody that trips over there because I think that's a bad idea. I said, so other people have tripped on this, huh? He said, yeah. lots of people. He got my name. I'm pissed now. Because, you know, if you've seen other people trip and you left that there, you're complicit. You're not just complicit, you're an asshole because you've seen people trip and get hurt and you didn't fix it. You just documented it. Wonderful, wonderful. I got home, I could barely move. I called the VA and said, hey, I just got home from getting a hydrocortisone, well, not hydrocortisone, but from getting a steroid shot, and I tripped in your establishment, and now I can barely walk. Well, what should I do? So they come back, and I said, I ain't driving 25 miles back there. I'm not capable. They said, oh, here's a clinic, go there. I go to the clinic. They said, oh, let us give you a steroid shot in your back. And I said, that would be a lovely idea, other than the fact that I just got a steroid shot in my arm, see the Band-Aid, so I can't get another one for 6 months. So they gave me cyclobenzaprine, but because I was an ignoramus and I did not wear a mask, another ignoramus came in while I was there saying that I've been sick for the last few days. I thought I probably ought to come in and have it checked out just in case it's COVID. Guess what? That rocket scientist was absolutely correct. It was COVID. And not only did he have COVID, he gave COVID to me. And because I kiss my wife all the time, because I like that, I gave COVID to her. And while COVID did not kill us this time either, it did not go down easy, and it did not give up without trying very, very hard. I still can't breathe, still can't go for a walk, still can't do a lot of shit. And I'm already out of breath just from talking, so pretty soon it's going to be her turn. Because I'm done, I'm about out of breath. I'll probably go over in the corner and huff a little oxygen and come back and sit and smile. But my sister came out to visit, and we had a wonderful visit with my sister. I wish she could live with us. It would be so much better for everybody involved, but that is not the way that life crumbles, so we take what we get. There's a young man that I took fishing with his dad in Casper, Wyoming, when his dad came there to be the manager at Baker Hughes. Dad's name was Reuben Schulten. Reuben and I got along good. I liked Reuben. And Valerie and I went fishing out at Alcova, and we happened to run into Reuben trying his hand at fishing. And Reuben had a couple of boys with him. One of those boys was named Niels, and one of those boys was named Minnow. And very well-behaved, respectful young men. And so I started helping Reuben out, because Reuben, not knowing how to fish in that particular body of water, was not having any success. And I helped him out and made it so that Niels could catch fish. And Niels and I kind of struck up a fishing relationship there that blossomed and grew, and the Shelton family became a surrogate family to the Fisher family. We loved them deeply and spent a lot of time with them. And Minnow and Valerie were very close, and Niels and I were very close. And I even wrote a song about him. Niels can cast and reel. Yeah, Niels is absolutely one of my favorite young men on the planet. He reached out to me on Facebook, and I don't spend much time on Facebook or reading it, so I didn't notice. So he reached out to Valerie, and Valerie said, you need to talk to Niels on Facebook. And I said, I do. And she said, yes, he's trying to reach you. So I got a hold of Niels, and we got back and forth, and we had about, 2-hour Zoom session. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. I'm sorry.
You're hot.
You're hot. You're hot. Anyway, I got to see and talk to Niels and play guitar with him. It's been, 2010? 2009. 2009 is when the Schulten family went to Azerbaijan. So it's been since 2009 since I got to actually interact with Niels. And it was wonderful. And if my health ever gets back to where I can play and sing again, Niels and I are going to be doing a lot of that. I
think that's right. I think it was like 12.
No, 12 was when I was over at the other building. Reuben left just before I became the real estate manager for the Rocky Mountains. I was just the property manager for Intech. I wish it was that long. But anyway, I got to have a wonderful visit with Niels, and hopefully there's more of that in our future. Had a wonderful visit with my sister, had a shitty visit with COVID. Anything else?
I can't think of nothing.
So now we can move into the yarny shit.
Okay.
Because my darling has been when she could knit, she got lots of knitting, and then she complained because her arm hurt because somebody don't know how to do things in moderation. But
Anyway, so I looked at the last video and I had just cast this on. So this has no pattern. I didn't use any pattern whatsoever. I did add lace to the bottom. I think I put the lace on maybe a little too early, but it's okay. I love wearing it. This is made entirely from Core Fingering by Upland Fiber Co., my favorite yarn. And I don't remember the color name, but I'll try and put a link down below for the patterns that I use. Yeah, there isn't any pattern at all. I was just winging it to see if I could make a sweater that fits me better. There are things I did well and things I did not do well, but it doesn't change the fact that I enjoy wearing it. It's nice and lightweight. It is really warm, so I don't wear it when it's super hot outside because it's not as cool to wear as the Holst. It's a lot warmer than the Holst, so but it is delightful, and I think I might have enough. If I stripe it, I for sure have enough to do a fingering weight striped sweater. So I may do a striped long sleeve sweater out of the rest of my core fingering.
now, for some of you, you may not think that this is that cool of a temperature, but we are basking in it. We got the windows open at night, blowing the cold air in. It is currently 68 degrees outside and gets down into the 40s at night. And it's wondrous. Do you need your glasses clean, lovey?
No, I can't see nothing hardly.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, so another thing I finished. Now this has been finished for a long time, but I talked about it in the last podcast how some of my sweaters were stretching out and such. So I, right here, cut into the sweater. So right here, I cut in and then I added new colors or new knitting and re-knit, well not re-knit, but added more. So it made the yoke longer, but it also brought it in so it's not as stretched out. And so this is a modified completion. I also did a folded collar to give it less stretch.
We're going to have to take you to America's Best, get a new eye exam. Those are pretty scratched up, lovey.
They're fine. Not till I have insurance and we have money to cover it. Alright, so I did finish that. I need more hands, more space. I also talked about this sweater. Now, in that last video, I talked about doing the same on the top of this sweater to bring it in. But when I put this sweater on, it's not falling off my shoulders. So if I do anything, I may pull the ribbing out and then like turn it into a turtleneck, because I will tell you, I do not own a sweater that is heavier than this. This is the thickest, warmest. I could wear this sweater at 0 degrees outside without issue. I think we have a package arriving, James.
I don't know if it's us or the neighbors. I'll go look.
I'm expecting one.
Oh, you are? Then it's probably us. I'll go get it.
Sorry, pausing. No, need to, no.
Different
But you can, they'll be excited. It's yarn, so. But it isn't yarn. It's yarn I paid for, but it isn't yarn I paid for recent. It's yarn that didn't come in anyway. So it is completed. I can wear it as is. If I go in and do the rest, I will, but I added to the bottom all these colors, and I added ribbing, and yeah. So that sweater, I just finished that sweater because I put it in timeout because it was too hot to work on it, and I didn't do knitting for a long while, but
Okay, I just gotta interject here. I want y'all to look at something. Compare this. Okay, this is with our heads there. See the size of this butter. This is a box from Spin Right Yarns. Okay? You know how much it costs to ship a big ass freaking box like this? We're doing the opening. I want y'all to watch. We're doing the opening. Do you think you could have found a more expensive or difficult or dumbass way to ship that?
yes, because they have been known to send this in a bigger box than that.
That's just a capital D on dumbass. Maybe they were just using a smaller case D on this dumbass.
Anyway.
That big of a, okay, hold it next to it. Show them. Oh, even better. Put it against the little logo right there. Yeah, see the scan code's about the same size as the yarn.
Anyway.
Somebody was dipped in dumb and rolled in stupid.
I got this and this just because we're here on clearance, so.
Is the microphone on? I don't see no light. Oh, that's because you got it facing the other direction. Okay. Turn it around.
No, I don't want, I want it this way, not.
Well, it was pointing straight up in the air, which is why I asked.
Even
there
so,
may
you
be
can't,
a change
still can't
in sound.
see it. Anyway, sorry. This was on clearance. I think they're getting rid of the yarn, but it is Aunt Lydia's crochet thread baby shower. Now, I'm not planning on making any baby garments or anything else with it, but I am making a mitered square dishcloths. So, because they're easy to make, and yeah, I made a messed up one here, but it's still
my crochet hook, weaving in the ends. So for those other prince consorts to Queens of Yarnia, your queen will be extra nice and give you even more kisses if you will weave in an end every now and then. You like kisses?
Do you weave in all my ends?
Nope. I do not, but I do weave in some of your ends and I get rewarded. So, those of you who desire to have kisses from your loved one, weave in an end. There you go.
Anyway, okay, so we finished that sweater. I have one, we have this one, we have the two color work, and then I finished this.
By the way, that's my actual very own crochet hook just for weaving in ends.
This is, I want to say it's the Riptide tee. I will look it up and put it maybe even on the screen, but I will do some editing and anyway. But this up here is this light lavender is maybe my favorite yarn of all time. It is the Upland Fiber Mohair, and if you get an opportunity to make something out of the Upland Fiber Mohair, I strongly recommend it. It is delightful. This dark purple is from Rhinebeck. It doesn't have a brand, it's just from some random farm. I got the same exact yarn as Michael from Piece for Piece and Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. But it said it was DK weight and it was 400 yards to 100 grams, which you would think is fingering weight, but it does bloom up to be the same weight as this mohair. So it's kind of trippy. that you get that many yards, but I think it's because it's definitely a woolen spun yarn. But it's really nice. I was disappointed in that the dark purple did bleed a little. Not super bad, but it did bleed a little. I'm just grateful that the yarn from Upland Fiber has been dyed so well that it did not pick up any of the bleed. You know, it didn't harm the Upland Fiber yarn. But the water definitely had some.
Michael, isn't it? Upland
Michael.
Fiber. Thanks, Michael.
I wish he watched, but I don't think he watches.
You never know. Somebody might, tell him that.
Yeah, maybe.
He was mentioned and thanked, and he'll come and check it out just because people like to be thanked for doing a good job.
I love his yarn. I love it, love it, love it. Anyway,
I'm sure a politician would love to be thanked for doing a good job if they'd ever actually do one.
Yeah, well, there's that. So, it may look like I've been super productive, but it's been 5 months, so don't get all excited.
Well, that's unfortunate.
What did I do?
You
Get
didn't.
hair?
No.
A buck?
One of those flying gnats, some bitch has landed in my coffee.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah, now it's dead. And I didn't have to drink it.
This is the Jethro, I think. Anyway, I did finally get a sleeve knit to the sweater, and I have somewhere here.
I don't know. I think they
the
do.
Second sleeve, but I need to add the second sleeve. I have to pick up these stitches and knit a sleeve cap and then Kitchener. That's all I have left.
Didn't you already do that on the other side, baby?
Yeah, it's done over here. So I just have to repeat it over here.
Show them. Hold it up. See right there? She knit that, and then right here is where she added the sleeve.
Yeah, so
I'm thinking, what is that, like a bunch of short rows or some kind of shit?
it's exactly what it is. It's a bunch of short rows.
All you princes and consorts out there, you can learn yarny terms. Makes your wife smile.
It does.
Look at that smile. That's what I live for. See my beauty.
So if I hold it up, you can see there's really not that much knitting left. I just have to do this little sleeve cap. Then once I'm done with the sleeve cap, then I can Kitchener this to the sleeve, and then the hard part is picking up all the stitches along the button band and knitting the button band. But then it'll be done. This does not get worked on unless the temperature in the house is under like 66, 65. If it's that cool, I can work on it. If it's above 70, I can't tolerate to have it in my lap. And given it's just now finally getting into the 60s, it doesn't get a lot of work. Which is why I knit the sleeves separate instead of picking up the sleeves and knitting them down, because it's just too heavy to hold in my lap.
Something just occurred to me, lover. I think Ruben and Marika sometimes watch these videos. So yesterday was Marika's birthday. So happy birthday, late Marika. I believe I went online on Facebook and wished her a happy birthday, even though I'm not a real big Facebooker.
I'm pretty sure I didn't, because I don't go on Facebook very often. So apologies.
Check this out. I like this one. We've been sharing this one.
This one doesn't get a lot, or hasn't gotten a lot of attention, and you guys have seen it, but it's been a really long time ago. So this is a For the Love of Brioche.
Not the bread.
That's the name of
But I do love some brioche bread. That's pretty tasty bread.
I like knitting brioche. This is super easy, but it puts me to sleep, to be honest with you, because there's no increases, no decreases at the moment. It's just straight just straight brioche, and it's one color brioche, so it's not even interesting brioche, but that's okay. Because I finished the purple and I finished the red, and so this is probably gonna be, oh, and I have another one to show you, but I'm putting it in timeout until I find the rest of the yarn, because there's really no point in even trying to do more because I can't finish it without more yarn. So this is probably gonna become my focus. So I'm gonna move the stitch marker showing progress, and I'll move it down so the next time we meet we can, if it's still in progress, I can at least show you how far we've gotten. But this is For the Love of Brioche. If you're looking for an easy brioche garment, this is it. It's really, really easy. It's not complicated. You do have to focus in the beginning because it does have a, I don't know, contiguous construction where you start in the back and you just keep getting bigger and bigger and coming around, and you keep anyway. So there's no picking up. Like, you don't cast on this side and then come down, or this side. You just contiguously knit it. So that's my next whip. I'm going to show you this, but not yet. Where's the white one? Okay, so this is the one that I'm probably going to put on hold for a while until I find the rest of the yarn, but it's gotten a lot of work since you last saw it. It was a test knit. Test knit's been over forever. Forever and ever and ever. But, I didn't finish the test knit because the test knit didn't fit, and I had to modify the heck out of it to make it fit me. So, but I have, I need to add ribbing at the bottom, and then I need to add sleeves. But again, all I have is a third of a skein left in the bag, and I own the yarn. It is in this house somewhere, or in this apartment somewhere, but where that specific yarn is, I'm not entirely certain. So
is that the same test knit that was kind of condescending and rude? And
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. The designer, I let the designer know that the armholes were too tight for the larger sizes, and so they weren't mean in their response to me, but their modification to the pattern. Now, their first language is not English, so it may have been a translation error or whatever, or snafu. But the update said for thicker built, for beefier built bodies, you may want to add an additional 2 rows. Which
really?
2 rows wouldn't have done anything. Like, I could not get my arm in the hole. If I can't get my arm through the hole, 2 rows of stockinette in sport weight is not sufficient to get my arm through the hole. So anyway, I was less than thrilled with that response. So
that's like somebody that is thinner saying, for you bonier built people.
Yeah. So
kindness is free, folks.
We all know that there's a Stephen West mystery that's over, and I did attempt it.
When she started out, she did it 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah, I did it multiple yarns, multiple attempts. Found I own some yarn, a lot of yarn that I don't like, that I'm gonna try and send to Kara because she will use it. But anyway, so I like how these look. I really do. With these colors, I love how it looks. I just don't like how the Clue 3 looks in the videos. So at the moment, I don't have any plans to finish it, but I'm not gonna frog it just yet because I may change my mind and go back and finish it. But I wanted you to see that I did think about working on it. So the only other projects that I have worked on since we last spoke is I am temporarily back working for the yarn company, and I do from time to time have to cast on projects knit-wise or crochet-wise to figure out what's wrong with the pattern, or try to figure out what's wrong with the pattern. So this is a hat pattern that the consumer couldn't figure out, and I cast it on to try and figure out what the issue is, and I haven't found it yet. And then this is a sock pattern that the I'm still working on. I need to work on it like today. But it is it's a cabled sock. And the only thing, I won't finish the sock. Maybe I will, because Jim might wear it if I did a whole sock, but probably not.
Probably not. It looks neat, but it looks like it probably hurt my feet if that goes the whole length of the sock.
No, this is just the ribbing for the cuff. The cables, though, go the whole way. I don't think your cables on your foot is a good plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to fly.
So, but
neuropathy gives you very, very great sensitivity to texture.
So my intent is to knit the heel to test it out, because the consumer says that the heel pattern doesn't work. So, I will admit that the instructions for starting the heel are redonkadonk. I mean, they're just like, say what? But it is what it is. So, I have started, but I gotta finish that heel today. And then the hat, I just have to write the lady back, because I'm not finding any errors, so I don't know how. She wants me to send her the correct pattern.
That's a hat?
It's the beginning of a hat, yeah.
Exactly what would be the purpose of wearing a hat that looks like a one of those trivet? That got such big holes in there, it's not going to keep your head warm.
It's not meant for keeping.
It's not going to keep your head shaded. It's going to have, if
it's
you're a bald person,
you're
going to get sunburn, in holes.
It's a chemo cap, just to add a little bit of warmth to someone who no longer has hair because they're going through chemo.
Okay.
To give them some decoration so their hair, they feel prettier with their what's on their head instead of feeling embarrassed.
I don't understand all the holes, but okay.
It's meant to be decorative, to be not just a plain beanie. You don't necessarily feel that pretty if it's a plain beanie. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just saying that's what it is. But anyway, so I end up doing projects that are for work as well. And then my last project that I'm probably gonna start working on again, because I haven't in a while, is the Hoodola. And I think I have like 2 more inches of ribbing and then it'll be done. But I may not do the full 2 inches, just to be honest, because this is the yarn that I have left of this particular, of these skeins. And then I have this ball. And I'm worried that 2 more inches, I'm going to have to start using this ball. And then I'm going to be left with...
Just a little bit off of that ball?
With nothing to use it for. And
I don't think you need all of it. Just run out of yarn and call it good.
That's what I
see where we're at when you do. Because
anyway,
we're the 2 people going to wear it, so...
But anyhow, it's getting close. I also need to look at the pattern again to see how long she says to make the ribbing. I know it's 8 inches, but I'm pretty sure that's 8 inches. Or really freaking close. Maybe 7. Wouldn't you say? It's more than a $1 bill.
Yeah. I'd say it's right at 6, maybe 7.
Anyway, I haven't told you yarn in anything. I am sorry.
Yeah, practice.
The projects for work are all spin right yarns. So the hat is made using Karen Simply Me Merino, I think. Maybe not, but it's definitely Karen Simply Me. And then the sock is using Patons Worsted. And it's Patons something wool worsted. Patons. Anyway, it's 100% wool from Patons. Patons Classic wool worsted. That took me a minute. So that's a sock. This is really, really nice yarn from the ReRum Natura in Gilliat, I think. No, Ulysses. The ReRum Natura Ulysse. Yeah, this is just scrumptious for me. I don't know that Jim considers this scrumptious. Is that too itchy for you?
No, I can probably deal with that. It's not as good as my superwash, but yeah, I'll probably live with it.
I think it's nice for a non-superwash. Really warm and really nice.
Yeah, but you know I'm a fan of superwash.
The Brioche, the same as this. This is core fingering in the color Mariner. Yes, that one I know the color. This one is really hard. This one, I can tell you that the sleeves are in the Knit Picks Swish DK, but the individual colors for the squares, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. None. I have no way of knowing. But that's so weird. Yeah, I can't think of any. That's okay. Sorry, I was struggling to find which is the outside and which is the inside on that. And then the white sweater that I said I need to find, it is an undyed BFL, 100% BFL non-superwash, and it's from Yarn to Dye For. this undyed yarn that I had from when I used to dye yarn and sell it. And I think everything else I gave you guys the yarn for it. Hopefully that oh, I have one more. This is it was supposed to be a sweater. You wanna hold that on your side? So we can show how ridiculous.
Yeah, can't see all of it because it stretches off over that way a bit.
Don't stretch it, just hold
I'm
it.
not. I'm just trying to hold it up, and it's not. See,
Yeah, well, bring it back this way. Because you don't have to stretch it.
I'm not stretching. I'm holding it, beautiful.
Okay, you hold the cord. Thank you.
Yeah, you pull it out.
No. Anyway, so even totally relaxed, it's ridiculous.
Even bunched up on the cable, it's ridiculous.
So I was going to make this into a blanket. I was going to keep knitting it and just make it into a throw or a blanket.
It would be a nice throw.
And I may do that. I don't know. I haven't decided. Now, my concern is I don't think I have, maybe I have enough. I have to look. But the yarn.
You have enough to do it till you run out, and that's how long it is.
Oh, that's true. The yarn I'm using is also from work. It is Red Heart Hoodola, and it is a number 5 weight, and the Red Heart Hoodola is 8 ounces, 212 yards, so approximately 100 yards per 100 grams. And it is 70% acrylic, 30% nylon, and it has this halo effect. And so I had planned to make a cardigan out of it, and it's probably serendipitous because I'm not a huge fan of wearing acrylic in a garment. Not saying I can't, just not a huge fan. But I do like the stitch definition of the stitches. I do like the fabric that it's created, and I'm knitting it up on a US Shirtaloon 10.75 7mm. So I'm using a 7mm needle. So this, I don't knit on this every day, but I might do a row or two every other day or something when I'm watching shows, or if I'm at work on a meeting and I need something to do that doesn't require looking at a pattern. So that's all of the projects on the needles. Focus for me is going to be on the Brioche cardigan, the For the Love of Brioche, and trying to finish the Jethro before I see you guys again. We'll see what happens, but those will be my priority. I have to do the sock, but I won't finish it. It's not intended. I'm literally just knitting to test the pattern out to find out if there's an error in the heel, or do I need to explain the instructions. And so far it's probably just really worded really weird on how to adjust your stitches before you start the heel. And I think it's just they're trying to adjust where the beginning of round is, but it's just weird. Anyway, that's it for the knitting. I think we should talk about the books that we've read, and since you have lots to talk about book-wise, I'm going to just start by saying thank you to the boys from Needles at the Ready, specifically Ray.
Yeah.
Because Ray was talking about reading some lit RPG. I had never heard of lit RPG or what it was, but he was describing this book one time during one of the podcasts, not one of the recent ones, so don't go watch their last one and think that he's going to be telling you, because it's been 5 months, y'all. It's been a bit. But he was talking about Sean Oswold.
Oh shit, we're missing your... Oh no, that clock's wrong. We gotta finish up because it's time for your Zoom.
But we were watching, and he was talking about this book from Sean Oswold and describing... It never tells what happens, just describing why he likes the book and the fact that the character has dementia and da-da-da. Anyway, so I went to find the book, started reading that series, read that entire series, read another series by Sean Oswold about a dragon that was in the first series. Loved that series and laughed so hard during that series because the dragon reminded me of my husband. Like, if they ever wrote a story based on his personality, it would be Nico. But anyway, so then I told Jim about Nico and that he needed to read that book, and that sent him on his way. Now I will turn it over to him to discuss his lit RPG journey, or at least start it.
We're going to do a separate book video because in the 5 months I have read a lot.
But you could say what authors you really like.
Well, I'm trying to find them in our history, and it's not showing, so it's not going to work without me actually sitting.
I know, but you can do the details
Sean
later.
Oswold.
Did you enjoy Sean Oswold?
I did. I really like Sean Oswold, some more than others. Okay. Waiting for his new ones to come out. He's got like 3 series that we're reading, and one of the books just came out, but Valerie told me to wait until January when the next one comes out and read them all. So I probably am going to do that because I've got plenty of stuff to do. I think his name is Aileron Kong. It's supposed to be the actual one of the original lit RPG authors. He has an interesting series. I liked it. I'm not finding my book. I discovered an author that I absolutely love. He spent some time in intensive care recently, so I'm hoping that he's better. He Who Fights with Monsters. I'm going to tell you right now, read He Who Fights with Monsters, the entire series. The character is awesome, but the things that this author says through his characters, absolutely amazing. If I could pick an author, and y'all know I've read a library full of books. If I could pick an author to just sit down and have lunch with and drink a drink and talk and just enjoy their company, it would be the author of He Who Fights with Monsters.
I must say that series had you laughing, had you angry, had you crying, had you experiencing the full range of emotions.
It is a very powerful, wonderful series. And as opposed to the Sean Oswold book, somebody or some family from Earth gets snagged and pulled into another world. In the process of going through astral space, their bodies are disintegrated. They get new bodies, and they get some kind of perks for having their life screwed up. And He Who Fights with Dragons, no. This guy gets snatched from Earth. He went to bed from being out for the night, and he woke up and he was naked and in some tall grass. And he does not know where he is, but he is standing in a hedge maze in grass, naked and bald. Not a hair. And he has no clue what's going on until something attacks him. And he manages to fight it off and kill it with his bare hands, and he gets a reward for it. He's like, what the hell? So he starts off truly naked and afraid. I've never actually watched that, sounds stupid. But he starts off naked and afraid and works his way up to being one of the most powerful individuals on this gameplay. But he does it slowly, just by being a good human being.
Yeah.
By seeing somebody in need and a complete total stranger that has a need and he can fulfill that need, he can help them, he just goes and he helps them. Everybody else is like, what is your malfunction? You don't even know them. He says, do you need to know somebody to know they're suffering? No. If you can ease somebody's suffering, is it not your moral responsibility to try and help them? And then everybody feels like a shit. Go, well, yeah, maybe. What the world needs more of, and what America definitely needs more of right now, is somebody to look at somebody else's suffering and say, I think I could help with that. As opposed to thinking, I think I could help make that worse. I'm pretty sure I got some ideas on how to make these people who are already down at the bottom even further down under. I don't think I got enough pressure on their throat with my knee. They're not choking to death yet. I need to kneel a little harder. Or somebody else saying, yo, ass hat. Get your knee off their throat. Your choice. You can be whichever one of those you want. If you're kneel a little harder, you just really don't want to talk to me. If you're, hey, ass hat, get your knee off their throat, we could be friends. Just saying. Your choice. Ain't mine. You know,
any other books?
Lots of books.
I know, just any other authors that you want to mention, because we're running out of daylight.
Not really. Like I said, we're going to do another one of these where we actually have a list of the books starting off at the beginning and working our way to here. So I can tell you, this author was awesome, and this author was aw shit, and this author was what? There's some book series that I've been reading for a while. Yeah, and I'm still in the middle of a book because I just said, I just do not give a shit. Listen to them bitch and moan.
Do you remember Monty's last name? Because I don't. There's an Instagram personality named Monte, M-O-N-T-E.
I thought it was M-O-N-D-E.
I think it's M-O-N-T-E.
She's from Gilliat, Wyoming. She's a brilliant woman, highly educated.
Very intelligent. Anyway, she has a podcast, and she did an interview with Jane Goodall. No, is it Jane Goodall?
Yeah.
Yes, Jane Goodall. Anyway, excellent interview. Loved every minute of it. Loved her podcast. Anyway, get a chance, give her a follow. It's not knitting related. It's not book related, although they talk about a lot of books.
I believe it's Monte Mader. Is that her?
Yeah, that sounds right. Monte Mader. Yep. Anyway, excellent podcast. Enjoyed it. Really grateful for her voice.
That's what she looks like. So if you're looking, the many faces of Monte, M-O-N-T-E-M-A-D-E-R, Monte Mader. And she actually grew up on a ranch outside of Gilliat, Wyoming.
Not far from where you grew up. Just a lot later than you.
Same state I'm from. Grew up in an absolutely identical circumstance, other than her family was well off enough to own a cattle ranch, and my family was well off enough to pay for a house, pay a mortgage on a house in the city. Kind of different levels there, but from the religion and the indoctrination and the schooling, very, very similar. And I am my next read, just for those of you who are curious, comes from her recommendation.
It was a Jane recommendation, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, load up. I currently have it on hold from the Houston Library. So
I'm surprised they haven't banned it.
I'm absolutely amazed that it's even available in Houston. Well, it says I have no holds. Huh. I may not have it on hold from the Houston Library.
Anyway, we'll look it up and we'll try and put it in the links below. Just a reminder, I do still have a Sunday Zoom. That Zoom is
3 o'clock Central?
yeah, 3
Which
o'clock
is
Central.
8 minutes from now?
Yeah. But it's 3 p.m. Central U.S. time, which is... So we fell back, so we lost an hour, right?
Yep.
So 5 minus 1 is 4, so 3 and 4 is 7. 7 p.m. Or 1900 UTC time for those who are international and understand UTC time. But I do need to go because I need to get that Zoom pulled up. And I will try and get this uploaded. The notes will probably be later tonight or tomorrow. But, and then Jim will do a recording later this week, maybe even while I'm at work, to talk about his books.
We'll probably do them together, but just...
It's too hard on the weekends.
We'll do it at night with our lighting devices and see how it works.
We'll see. We'll try. All right. Have a good day.
Bye, y'all.